Everyone, today we are going to tackle flip-flops. It's summertime and it's time to give these bad boys a makeover into something more chic. Let's make these flip-flops into beautiful bohemian sandals of your dreams. And we all know that we've been wanting sandals like this since day one and on a budget. So let's get started. First, get rid of all tags and any unnecessary decorations on your sandals. And so that way you have a clean slate. And I mean, these flowers were hideous and they were screwed into the plastic. So yeah, it was a little bit of a pain to get out. I will be using a nice thick wide black ribbon for a lot of it, and I'm using recycled interfacing from previous projects. We are using the interfacing for the back of the foot to extend a little bohemian anklet on it and an extra bit for the anklet itself. Cut a piece of the interfacing to the length of how high you want your anklet strap to be, and then cut that in half, so then you have one for each foot. Later we'll get into the sizing of the anklet, but you'll need enough interfacing to wrap around your ankle. Now take the anklet strap piece, and this one's the one that goes behind your foot to the anklet onto the shoe, and fold it in half and use some hot glue and to secure it. Once that has fully dried and it's not popping up and it's nice and hard one piece, take a little bit of the black ribbon material and use the hot glue again and secure it to a medium size length. You want this to be the inside where it touches your skin and not the outside. We're going to use this piece later, so make sure that you cut a nice extra bits off and repeat on the other piece for the other foot. Just for added measure, I know how weak these sandals can be because they're like $1. Add extra hot glue to the bottom weights of the plastic material. This is going to keep them from breaking off. I hope you're excited to start transforming more. So now that our glue gun's really hot and ready, go ahead and grab your black fabric material or ribbon material, either or, and make sure you have that extra scrap piece of interfacing laying around because you'll need that shortly. Go ahead and start hot gluing inside and outside of the sandal strap material, and make sure you have a little bit extra so you glue it onto the actual sandal itself. Burn the edges of the ribbon so it doesn't come undone. This is a very quick and easy tip to keep you from having sandal malfunction. The reason why I'm starting with underneath the sandal is because I really want to reinforce it and not get rubber tan lines as opposed to big, thick, chunky ones. Plus, this will feel a lot better against my skin versus the plastic. We want to cover both top and bottom because if the plastic ever breaks, at least we have the strength of the ribbon to keep it from breaking and tearing up the other pieces of the sandal. So this is going to actually keep it from breaking in the long run. I decided to use hot glue because I really wanted the plastic to adhere to the fabric or the ribbon of choice that I'm using, and knowing that it'll kind of melt into the plastic much better because melted plastic melts other plastic, if you get my drift. And of course, be smart and don't hurt yourself with the hot glue. When you're at the edge of the sandal strap, make sure to have extra ribbon to secure it and hold it in place. You want to have this extra salvage edge on the ribbon to glue to straight onto the sandal. This way it will really secure those extra parts and that it won't break, and you won't have to really rely just on the plastic piece by itself. And it kind of looks really cute too. Now, repeat everything on the other side, but this side, make sure that you cover the front part of the thong sandal. Here you can actually see that I made it into a little chevron point, and I glued it onto the other side of the material so that it will really hide the fact that it was once plastic, and now it's a very nice black ribbon. See, now you can see that this is a finished flip-flop. It looks better as a sandal, and peel away any flyaway spider hairs. And I can stop right now and say that this is already a transformed little sandal. So if you want, just go ahead and slide your foot in and call this DIY over. But if you're extra like me, we're not done yet. So take that foot out. I said, take that foot out. Okay, now here we are. Remember that piece that we started in the beginning? Go ahead and glue that to the very back of the sandal. It's that piece that's going to attach the ankle strap. And make sure that the ribbon is already on the inside and the white part's facing the outside. Now take that extra scrap piece of interfacing and add that to a long piece of black ribbon that wraps around your ankle, and then some. I mean then some because we're going to use this as a ribbon tie versus like a zipper tie or anything else. I forgot to show this on camera, but cut 2 really long strips of black ribbon, and these are going to be the straps for the ankle strap. And then you want to glue the interfacing strap piece onto one edge of it and then reverse edge the other. That way it's lying parallel and you have 2 excess pieces and not just one big strap piece. And that way it looks like that. So you have a very long, super long piece of enforced ribbon, and then you're going to glue that to the top piece of your strap. And here I'm going to go ahead and cover the backing of it. So the strap is going to be tied at the side of my ankle, and then the rest of the interfacing will go around, the interfacing ribbon piece will go around the actual ankle. And it'll make sense when you see it like on. And yeah, don't forget to cover that piece. So here I'm going to be tying the bow, and you can see what I mean when you want the extra pieces of ribbon not on top of each other but overlapping only on the interfacing part. And that way you can make a bow at the edge. You want to keep your interfacing on the edge of the interfacing edge, if it all makes sense. If you don't, just leave me a comment down below if you're confused at this part. But now I'm going to show you how to do this part. I decided to add extra fringe and beads and metal to it. I thought it was really boring, and you know, you don't have to do that step. So anyways, I have this nice shiny purple fringe, and I'm going to sew it onto the interfacing portion of the ankle strap. So I'm going to bust out my sewing machine and sew it on. But first, make sure you have the accurate cut of the fringe that you need. So I'm going to make it stop at the back ankle strap that's connected to the sandal. And I'm going to make it go all the way around until it is loose without the interfacing. And like I said, snip, snip. Here we are, using it and taking it slow with the sewing machine. And because I used hot glue, I used a really big needle. And again, just go slow, and you'll probably have to throw away that needle when you're done. This is what it looks like when it has just the trim, and it looks really cute. If you were on my Instagram, you would have seen it, and this is what that looks like. Now let's get to the heavy metal part. Here I'm going to be using bead findings and beads, of course, gunmetal chain, and of course, last but not least, more jump rings to make more chain. Let's get started. I'm going to be hand sewing the metal chain down first on top of the fringe. So I'm going to go ahead and just hold the chain there, and then I'm going to go do a loop stitch. So I'm just going to go inside the trim and then inside the metal and then go back into the trim itself. I'm not going into the black satin material because that's already been tacked down enough. And this is very light alloy metal chain, so I don't need a lot of tacking it down. So just keep going until you reach the end of the fringe and then take off the metal piece. Once you're there, go ahead and start attaching jump rings, chains, beads onto it and design it however you like. For mine, I decided to use silver and gunmetal black, so there's that. I also used, as you can see, different kinds of beads in different kinds of ways. So there was some jump rings that had 2, there were some that had 4, There were some that had no beads, or there were some that had like tons of beads, and just have fun with it. And this is what it looks like up close. Here I'm attaching a silver jump ring with 4 chains and a few beads. And then make sure to really secure your jump rings so that these don't come off while you're walking. Ta-da! That's what it looks like. And now just repeat until you are happy with your product. This is what it looks like when I'm using a jewelry finding. And just hook it in and then close it the same way. And be careful with this because you really need to make sure that it's super, super tight. Otherwise it will slip out. Ta-da! It's so cute. I love it. So just keep repeating everything until you have the right amount of embellishments that you want, and then you are finished. Mine ended up looking like this. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial on flip-flop makeovers. If you have any questions, leave them in a comment down below. Like I said earlier, subscribe if you are not subscribed to my channel already. I don't know what you're doing. Make sure to ring that bell icon. All that mumbo jumbo, I don't need to tell you twice. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. So, until then, I will see you in another video. Stay fabulous. I will. I'll be running my kicks everywhere. Okay, go watch another one of my videos. Go now. Go. As I go.